What's up guys, Zelda21 here, and today guys, I'm showing you the best tips to get better at the Scout class in Battlefield 1, as well as get better and just become a better player in general, because the Scout class is a very hard class to use. It's not like any other class in the game. You have to use a lot of skill, and it's a very important class to winning games of Operations, Conquest. The Sniper is a very important part, and today I'm going to tell you how to do your best, and basically how to play it. Now, before we get into this, if you hit the like button down below, that would be always greatly appreciated, and let's get right into this. Now, the first thing you want to be thinking about when you're being a scout is the weapon you want to use. Now, it comes down to your play style. Do you want to be far away? Do you want to be in the middle? And do you want to be close? It's basically finding a weapon that's around there. If you want to be close, the SMLE Mark III and the Gewehr M.95, because there's two types of Gewehrs, are very good for close range. Basically, they do a ton of damage up close, but then it drops off really bad at long range, unless you get a headshot, of course. So basically, at long range, those weapons are good for you, especially if you want to be like running up beyond the front lines with a bolt action rifle and just get that whole World War I experience. Those are the kinds of ones you want to be using. Now, when it comes to mid-range, you really look at your Russian 1895s and the Lebel. The Lebel is a very good mid-range weapon. I covered it in the future video. That'll be in the description down below. And basically, the Lebel is a very good weapon for mid-range, as well as the Russian 1895, because they have a pretty fast reload, and their damage from medium to a little bit of close range is very good for their class. And they will always do you well, and they will always help you out the most, and those are the weapons I suggest there. Now, when it comes to the long-range weapons, I suggest using the Gewehr 98 and the M1903 Springfield. It doesn't say the Springfield, but that's what it is, okay? It's what it is. Basically, those weapons they're disgusting at long range. These things have a really good one-shot kill range, and they're basically made for long-range killing. You will not go wrong with these weapons. These weapons are perfect for you. They will do everything you need, and without further doubt, they will get you kills. And they're very good for long-range sniper. Now, moving along from the rifles, we're going to talk about how you should be playing this class. Now, there's a right way, and there's a wrong way to play this class. The right way to play this class is basically picking your targets carefully. You're a scout. You're not using an automatic weapon. You don't have a lot of room for error. Most of the time, if you're lucky, and if you get that hit marker, you whip out your pistol and shoot somebody. But that's not always the case. It's always trying to get yourself in the best position to succeed. So when you're playing operations, stick to a little far back from the front line, but don't go all the way. If you're attacking, use aggressive snipers, or farther back a little bit, and just pick your playstyle. Find people that are out in the open being careless, take them out. Don't be going too aggressive, because that's where the supports and the assaults will just light you up, and other scouts will see you. Now, there's one thing I see that you should not be doing, and it pisses me off when I see it. Don't be camping prone. When you're a sniper, you should always be strafing a little bit and not be prone, because the sniper glint over a 4x scope, that's very important, over a 4x scope gives you a very good glint, you will get destroyed. Other snipers pick those people off like they're nothing, bro. You will get absolutely denied if you're prone and you're sniping in the back of the map. So always make sure you're strafing crouch or something. I never like proning unless I know I'm in a spot that's secluded and no one's seen me yet. But then again, there's always a chance. You could always get destroyed. But basically, play the scout as you would play it as your real life. People say that in other games, but this is really the case for this class. If you're a sniper and you're sitting there with a scope, there's no reason why you should be up in the front lines quick scoping people. You're not that good. At least most of you aren't anyway. So always be going to play passive and trying to be somewhat aggressive when the time's right, and aim higher up in the body so you get those one-shot kills. Because hitting the chest, look, the pistols in this game aren't that good in my opinion. They're very inconsistent. So it's not like Battlefield 4, you can whip out any pistol and just hit fire. It's not that good. You really have to be accurate with your shots and be prepared for any situation that comes at you. Now, the next thing I want to talk about are the gadgets in the Scout class and how you should be using those. Now, most people overlook the gadgets in total, but the gadgets are the most important part of this class. Now, there's a bunch of things you can use in this class. For example, the flare gun. The flare gun is a very good weapon, and yeah, that's why I call it a weapon. It's disgusting. I'll get to that in a second. Basically, the flare gun does you shoot in the air for the spot one anyway, and it'll basically this little blue pin flare that will mark everybody within a radius, and it's basically overpowered because it'll mark everybody on the map, and most of the time you get a bunch of spot flare assists because it's perfect for games of like Conquest. You put it over a point, or Operations, you put it over the whole front. It's amazing. It's very good. And then there's the spot flare, like the blinding one. I forget the name. I'm blanking on it right now. Basically, that flare can do damage and shoot at people's feet. If you're a scout and you're like, well, fuck it, I can't get through this room. There's about 10 people in there. All you gotta do is shoot the flare in there. It burns all of them. have your assault players run and murder everybody. You got a bunch of assists, and hell, maybe you get a couple kills with a pistol or something. And basically, no one expects the flare, but it'll light you on fire. And if you go prone or something, you're gonna get destroyed. So those two flare guns, or weapons I like to call it, the silent killer over here, are very good for the scout class and help you out. Now, there are some gadgets I would stay away from that are just pointless and they're just for fun. They really don't matter. And that the first one is the trench periscope. Okay, this thing has no use. The only reason it has a use was because to get the label rifle, you need to get the trench periscope. It's stupid, okay? You had to use it for get one of the weapons in the game. It was stupid, okay? We just don't talk about that. But basically, the trench periscope is basically it's stupid, dude. It's almost like you're trying to get killed. It's good if you're a sniper and you're camping in the back of the map, then it's okay. Because then you're going prone, you can find the sniper, then shoot him without exposing yourself. That's okay. But if you're not doing that, it's a waste of a gadget slot, and you're automatically just going to get destroyed. And another one that's pretty bad is basically, okay, the sniper decoy and the sniper shields. Whose brilliant idea was this? I don't know, but they're basically useless, okay? The decoys are good. Again, it depends on the situation. If the snipers are just down or something, and you put them in the back of the map, and they're like, what the hell is that? But, and this, again, the sniper shield can get shot through very easily. If you're pulling through it, I can put a bullet right through it. Yes, it's a harder target to hit, but there's a lot of snipers who, if they see you and you don't see them, they're going to put it right through your head, and it's going to be no difference. It's going to be absolutely bad, and just don't use it. Trust me, it's a bad idea. Now, one of the last gadgets I want to talk about are the trip mines and the K-bullets. K-bullets, honestly, I think they're just... I don't like them. I'll be completely honest. I use them only because there's really no other reason why you shouldn't be. The only thing they're really good for, in my opinion, you see planes in the sky, put one in, blast at the sky. Especially if you get the Martini Henry, which is a rank 10 at the scout class, you can absolutely destroy planes. That's like the only good reason for it. Because the K-bullets are mainly, well, the main reason for them, if you don't know, you shoot a K-bullet, I take that as repairing, it'll stop the repair, they have to restart it. And no one understands this, and that's what they're used for. But honestly, as a scout, you shouldn't be that close anyway. So if you're playing aggressive, use them. If you're not, I would stay away from them. But for all you campers out there, the tripwires, bro, the tripwires are very, very good. Incendiary, gas, and HE. Basically, explosive, light people on fire, and gas them out. And basically, it's overpowered. In my opinion, no one uses them. You place them in the middle of frontline operations, you will absolutely wipe out a couple people. Or just get a bunch of assists, because no one looks for them anymore, because no one uses them much. But I think they're really good, especially if you're camping in a building, and you just don't want to get shot in the back. Just put it down. It's very, very helpful. And I think it's just a very, very good gadget to use. And I very suggest using it. Now, the last and final thing I want to talk about, and that is, of course, the sniping itself. Now, the sniping in this game is different from Battlefield 4, and the sniping is just, it's weird, okay? Basically, if you don't know, sniping in this game, there's a one-shot kill. And with the one-shot kill distance, you need to be within a certain range, and I guarantee you're just not going to get that. It's between, like, some of them are 75 to 120, some of them are, like, from the first 20 meters, like the Gavera M.95, but other of them are not, and they're just really, really annoying, so I would suggest not. It's just, don't pay attention to it, in my opinion. Aim up for the body, it helps you a lot, because look, in this game, there's so much grenade spam, no one's going to be at 100 health, barely at all. It just... Trust me. So if you aim high enough, you'll do enough damage where you'll either get the one-shot kill, you'll get a headshot, or you'll do enough where you can hit them with the pistol. Because as I said, the pistols aren't that good, but some of them have a good enough hip fire, like the M1911. That thing's disgusting for hip firing, but it comes into personal preference and whatnot. Now, I covered this once before, but I'm gonna say it again because it's just very, very important. Over a 4x zoom, you get a glint. Okay, 4x zoom, you get a glint. That's how it works. Anything below it, no glint. Above it, 4x glint. So if you're a sniper like this in the back with an 8x scope, you're gonna get glinted like hell. It's awful, okay? But if you really want to be sneaky, put it below 4x. Honestly, that just means don't use the sniper variants. Use the marksman variants, you know? So it comes down to personal preference again, what you like to do. But just stick to something below it. Trust me. If you're a sniper that likes to sit in the back, well, I can't help you. You're gonna get glint. But if you're not, you're like the medium to close, that's what you can do. That's very, very helpful. Now, the final thing I want to tell you is how to play the class right. Play the class like this. You go into an operations or a conquest game. Your job is to do this. Kill other players that are being a little bitch and are running around shooting people and shooting your teammates. Shoot them in the ass. They're annoying. Shoot them. Then your job is to shoot flares and mark everybody for them. That is your job. Your job is to deliberately take out tickets. If you're an assault player, your job is to spam your flares, spam your K-balls at tanks, and just borderline do whatever you can to get pissed the other team off to the point where they have to try to kill you, and that means your teammates can just destroy them. Trust me, I've sat in situations, as you're seeing in this gameplay, where I'm sitting in a building of rubble and a good place to hide. I can wipe out their whole team there, and my team takes it. And that leads us to our final tip. Use cover. Use it all the time. Burn down buildings, going prone in grass, sitting behind fire, sitting through a smoke that's like just on the edge you can see through. Any cover is always really appreciated, and just it helps you a ton. So guys, hope this video helped you out in being a better sniper in Battlefield 1. If it did, hit the like button down below and subscribe if you're new, and comment what other Battlefield videos you want to see next. I'm always making these, bro. I love Battlefield. Bunch of awesome things to do. And yeah, guys, I will see you in the next video.